Hi Internet! I have a lot of books to share with you today. My library at my previous school had this book sale because they were trying to get rid of all their books, and they had this deal where if you bought 12 books then you'd only have to pay $2. So I really took advantage of that moment and I went kind of crazy. Alright, I guess we should get started then. The first book I have here is The Court of the Air by Stephen Hunt. And it's a steampunk novel about an orphan who witnesses a murder, and then she goes back to her orphanage and sees that everyone else in the orphanage gets brutally slaughtered, and she realizes that maybe someone is out to get her. It's just filled with adventure and, intrigue and steampunkness. This looks interesting. I've never actually read steampunk before, so I'm interested in seeing what it's like. Paperback, I don't think they had any hardcovers at the sale. Another one I have here is Birdman. This is the situation where I just bought the books solely for how cool the cover looks, and I was really interested in this cover and what it was about. This is a murder mystery about a serial killer who kills their victims and then carves a bird on their chest. Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting reading this. I usually don't read murder mysteries, but, that cover, though, yeah, how can I resist? That looks so interesting. I just got this Chinese for travelers handbook thing. I was actually thinking about teaching English in China, so I thought this would be kind of useful to buy. The Lone Ranger and Tonto Fistfight in Heaven by Sherman Alexie. I really love Sherman Alexie. I've read a couple of his short stories, and I've read The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian, and I love his writing. He's so funny. He's so poignant, is that the word? And he is, I don't know, a great writer and really one of my favorite writers ever. So I had to buy this. You didn't know Native Americans are kind of in ghettos, in reservations, and their living conditions are really not the best. And so the main character goes out and tries to find whatever belonged to his father after his father died. I've watched the movie. I don't know if I'm gonna read it, but it is a really good story, and I'm just glad I have it. This is a book of short stories called The Middleman by Bharati Mukherjee. I think I said that wrong, but this is a really interesting cover, and obviously it's very critically acclaimed. I love short stories. Even though I think it's kind of a dying art right now, it's something that really I hold dear to my heart because I love writing short stories. I've gotten 3 short stories published. I take it super seriously, and I don't know, I wish it had more attention, but it's more literary, I guess. This looks really interesting. It's called Thumbsucker by Walter Kern. I really like the cover. It's very 80s. Like, when I saw it, I was like, that's 80s. And then I read in the back, it takes place in the 80s. Good job. The basic premise of the story is that the main character has a problem with thumb sucking. It's filled with sex, drugs, Ritalin, great stuff. Yeah, it's a coming of age story, you gotta have sex somewhere in it. So, Little Altars Everywhere by Rebecca Wells. She wrote The Divine Secrets of the Ya-Ya Sisterhood, and apparently this is the book that you're supposed to read before the Ya-Ya Sisterhood book. It'll explain a lot of things. It's a religious story, has a religious aspect to it, specifically Catholicism. I really like the pink. I think I just like book covers in general. You can't really upset me with book covers. Can't really upset me. And then this is a book of poems, and this book cover is just so good. I mean, I know I say all of them are pretty good, but this one is also pretty good. Look at that design, man. It looks like it's a really old book, that's been passed down from generation to generation. This is a bilingual book of poems, meaning that there is one side where it has the Spanish original poem, and then the other side it has the English translation, which I think is awesome because if you've ever read anything translated, like Dante's Divine Comedy or Beowulf, I guess, it's a lot better to read the text as it was originally written in its own language, because the poet obviously never thought to write it in another language. I kind of know Spanish a little bit, so this might help me with my Spanish. Half a Life by V.S. Naipaul. These last names are extremely difficult to pronounce. Alright, I got this because of the freaking green glasses thing, and I thought that was freaking fantastic, so I took it. I was like, might as well. I'm not really sure what this is about. I try to read the summary in the back, and I try to look up the summary, and nobody wants to give me a good summary, so I think it's just gonna be good, and I just should read it, and maybe you should too. I don't know. I'm kind of excited for this one. It's Snow by Orhan Pamuk? He's Turkish. Orhan Pamuk is a Nobel Prize winner, and holy crap, that must mean that he is a great writer and a great mind and just a great person all together. And so I really wanted to read more. Whoa, haha. I caught it with my other hand. I am Spider-Man. And this is a story about a journalist who goes over to Turkey, investigates the suicides of these girls who have to wear, what is it called? Headdresses? I feel like it's one of those books that make you A, a better person, and B, a more educated person, and can't argue with that. Gotta read those things. So I just got a dictionary. I don't really have one, and I thought it was gonna be useful. This thing looks kind of ancient. I bet it doesn't have twerking in it. What the hell is T? I can't remember my alphabet. Twerp. Stupid person. That's the closest thing I have to twerk. The last thing I grabbed was this amazing book. I sound like Oprah. House of Leaves. Oprah's pick. I'm just kidding. I don't think she picked this. House of Leaves by Mark Z. Daniel Lewinsky. It is a crazy book. If you've never heard of it, it was published in the year 2000, and it was published as a sort of satire to textbooks. As you can see, it's a very textbook-esque oriented sort of book, and the way it's written is by, so you can see, the first chapter it has an epigraph, first off, and it has text, and it has footnotes, and it has a lot of craziness. This is cool. Look it up. It's complicated. I can't give a summary to it because it's just so complicated. And it's kind of horror, satire, and romance too. Yeah, I think those are the three genres it has here, which, you know, if you like all three, go check it out. So that is my entire book haul. It's kind of long. I actually bought these books a really long time ago, back when I was still at UCLA, but I just recently graduated. And so this video has reminded me that I have these books and I should probably read them. I will probably buy more books, and I will probably do a video on a book haul about them. I guess I'll see you later, alright? Bye!